Streaming, boom, and Twitch just started. We should be live. Oh, I forgot to do the intro. Shit. You guys wait a moment. All right, boom, intro. Welcome everybody back to another episode of the Loophole Podcast. I'm your host, Loopie. Alongside me is also your host, Jelani Muna. Alongside us is our special guest for today's episode, Larry Bellyfaté. How is everybody doing today?
I'm doing great, quite honestly. No, I'm happy. No, second guest in a row.
Yeah. Larry, man, how are you doing today, man?
Doing good. Let me mute. I got the YouTube playing. I'm like, why is it playing back now? I was tripping. I'm stoned. How you doing tonight?
Doing chill. I hope I didn't fuck up your name. I kind of went the French route because, you know, I'm French. I see the A in the name and I'm like, all right, Bellyfaté. I don't know if I fucked up or not.
That's what it is. Like, have you ever heard of the artist Larry Bellyfaté? That's where I really got that name from.
Okay. All right. Well, Larry, I'm going to give you a few moments quickly just for you to introduce yourself, say your name, say what what you're doing on this internet shit, and yeah, man, just a few little seconds just to talk about yourself and just what you're about, really.
Sir, name is Larry Bellyfaté. Larry Otis music on all platforms. Born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. You know what I'm saying? Made music since I was 14 years old. 44 now, so 30 years, man. It's been a 30-year ride with this music.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been up and down. You know, I've met, a lot of artists in the game. John J, Ludacris, like a lot of these artists, like I met, and it was strictly through talent. So like that's why I really appreciate hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, first of all, not to fucking, sound disrespectful at all or whatever, I thought you were much younger than 44, man.
Right.
I thought maybe like 30s or something. I didn't think 40s.
Yeah, man. 44 years old.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, glad to hear about, the connections and the people who you've worked with, and just yeah, we're gonna get into a little bit about your background, man. Just fucking, real quick, man. How did you just start this shit? Like, what happened, man?
It was it goes back, man. It dates back because my mother was like the first person. She grew up, or not grew up, but in her 30s, she had stuff, or 20s and 30s. She had the Sugar Hill Gang. You know who that is, right?
I do know.
So she had that. I had from that range to now, basically, because I still absorb the music now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that's well, I tell you, my major influence that really got me to write would be, and I met my cousin in Atlanta, and he had the Eric B. and Rakim Paid in Full, and when I heard that, it was just like I was mesmerized, man. I just, it was rap in a whole different way, like, cause the Sugar Hill Gang with the hip hop, the hip, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hip hop.
And Rakim was like, on some other shit. Like, I loved his style, man. Like, he was rapping, and that's what I think really influenced me to start writing. And also, there was this girl in school named Shay D. Never forget her. In high school, it was my freshman year. She wrote a verse. It was in two different classes. She told me, I'll write a verse before we get out of this next class. And when we got out of the next class, she rapped that shit, and that shit, like, I was like, wow. After that, you know what was crazy? My first rap was like a dare rap, like They Know the Drugs type shit. Now I'm a pothead.
Uh, that's how it
Man,
goes sometimes. That's how it goes.
Facts.
You start off clean and then you get dirty along the way.
Right. I haven't went as pot though. Like I haven't went farther than that. Like I won't try anything else, man. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
told myself until I smoke every strain, I won't try anything else. It's a
I
lot of
mean,
strains.
as long as you find something that you're able to make yourself comfortable and shit, it doesn't really fucking
Yeah.
matter. I mean,
Yeah, when I went
um,
to the doc told me if I wasn't smoking it, that I would be a lot worse off in my health. So I
oh,
took that and ran with it.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? And,
I
they have different
mean,
strains for different things because I have really bad anxiety.
yeah,
So you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good to bring that down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
get chill and everything. Yeah.
So I mean, look, never had weed, so I'm not gonna act like I fucking, know what I'm talking about. But nor am I asking for anybody. But well, actually, I'm asking for people who I guess already do take weed. Has this ever affected in any way, shape, or form your work ethic? It is known as a very relaxing.
Uh,
I wouldn't even call it a drug. I mean, it is used for just medicinal purposes. But has that just affected the way that you just work and make music and just do your everyday things? It's known by, I guess, a few people, all right, from what I read and from what I watched, that it does kind of get you into that lazy mindset. Has that ever affected you in any way, shape, or form?
Not necessarily because I had so long of experience with it. When I first started,
Mm,
I would say it wasn't the way it is now. Like it was like regular weed, then there was they called it mid, and then they called it crippy and hydro. It was just that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that would probably make you lazy. It depends on which one you're smoking. But when it came to the strains now, there's sativa, which has a lot of THC content, and that actually, how can I say it? It stimulates your mind.
Mm,
Then you have like indica, which is more of a body high. Like the body high for me, it'll sit me down. It'll make me lazy. But
mm,
sativa actually gets me up and going through the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So,
what would you rate, like, out of all the weed strands that you've had, like, what would you rate the best one and what would you rate the worst one?
Say Blue Dream is the best, and Green Crack. Like, it's a toss up with Green Crack because sometimes it's really good, but sometimes it's really bad. Like it gets you really paranoid. Know what I mean? So like that's the worst when you paranoid. You can't
yeah.
even enjoy the high because you're paranoid.
Hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. I completely get that. Would you say it has in any way like amplified, like made, like it just improved your ability to just make music? I'm asking because you made that song, and bro, I can't get it out of my head. I seriously
The
can't
high joint.
It's the fucking high joint, bro. I be high. I'm so high with it shit. I'm never done with never. Oh man,
Yeah, man.
tell me about this song, man. Like just tell me like.
That's
just,
funny because I was working at KFC maybe what like 15 years ago.
yeah.
Was working at KFC and they used to play music in the lobby, and it came from that sample. Lionel Richie, the Commodores. It's a song called Easy Like Sunday Morning. They're easy like Sunday morning. And he took one part on the third verse and he was like, I wanna be high, so high. And I took it and I was like, ever since then, I wanted to use that sample so bad, but I could never do it. I tried it and I tried it. It worked. This final one just was the one. And yeah, that's how that
Wait.
one actually came up. And
So,
I mean, like I had smoked a lot to actually get it done because I wanted that effect. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to have that stone feeling while I was making it.
so you did not sing that.
Oh nope.
Damn. I really thought you did.
It was a sample. That's why we put it on YouTube at first, but then I got someone else to sing that over, and now we have it on all platforms. So
Damn. Okay. I fuck with it. That's definitely one of the songs that I don't know. It just stands out for me. It was funny, man. I was just looking at the music video and was just cracking up. I think I saw it on Mel's channel. Tell me a little bit about how you kind of got into this community. Just this group of
man,
homies, just making music and just promoting each other, man. What just how'd you get here,
I
bro?
say, you know what? It was Big Kahuna, man. Like, cause when I first came, like, before I met everybody through the network and everything, when I first came to the internet, it was like I was around. It was around the time when Samaj Savage blowing up, 100 Kufis was doing a lot, and Joey Nato. So I had actually got songs from them. Know what I'm saying? Like I paid for verses from them, and you know what I'm saying. I got songs with them. So and that was my first step, but it was like it didn't really do much for me. Once I met Kahuna, man, he started introducing me to a lot of artists. Because my whole mission when I came to YouTube was to build my own community. It turned out to be so many like rappers and artists that I was like, we can all build our community together. And that's where, you know what I'm saying, it ended up at. That's where it's True Mob at now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, how was it like? How was it making music when you first got on the internet? How like was it a lot harder than it is now, or was it a lot easier than it is now?
I don't know. I think it was pretty much the same because before I got to the YouTube circuit, I was already like well seasoned into making music. So like when I got here, a lot of the artists made it easier. You get what I'm saying? Like, cause like it was, they take half the load off of song anyway. You do features and stuff like that. So like it actually helped a lot. It moved a lot smoother once I got to YouTube, and that's you know what I'm saying. This
Yeah.
where we at now.
Hmm. All right. So when you first started making music, you said you've been making music for 30 years. That means you were making music when like some of the greats were still alive, like Tupac, Biggie Smalls. I mean, have you ever listened to their music? And if you have, what do you think about them?
And Tupac was like to me like a visionary of music, revolutionary almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love Tupac in that sense because he had a lot of strong, powerful songs. Iggy was like one of my favorites, and I tell you, Redman, I think was one of my biggest influences. You know who Redman is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was one of my biggest influences. Tupac, like I think, had a really big influence, but the whole thug image, I couldn't really click with because I never was a thug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely interesting. I love old school. All right. I made my entire
Right.
EP, the Mad Scientist, out of old school stuff, and I guess in a way underappreciated it, even though that it's like my favorite kind of like rap genre. It's definitely dope.
Mhm.
So when I came across you for the first time, I was like, hold up, like this is kind of what we need nowadays. You know what I mean? And just a little reminder of like how music was in the past, because we're always so focused on the evolution, and
Mhm.
the evolution of music is very interesting. We got people coming out of fucking nowhere just dropping some industry plant type music, but on the other side of the spectrum, you also got people who stay true to themselves, stay true to their own style, and you definitely fit that kind of category. And I'm happy to be able to bring you on this podcast to properly showcase your just your know-how and ability when it comes to hip hop. So what really, like, what advice would you give to somebody who kind of is in the middle, between all of that? Because not a lot of people who, want to make music really know what kind of music they want to make, especially when it's rap and especially when they grow up around that kind of like atmosphere. Um, what would you just like tell somebody who just never picked up the pen before? Like, what's up?
So like, do you? At the end of the day, do you always put your personality to what you do? People will accept that a lot more than you trying to do what other people are doing. You get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Just be original. And it's, because the one thing about music is it is too subjective of a thing to say what's good or what's bad. See what I mean?
yeah.
Because what's his name? The Gucci Gang song. Like that's the
Lil
prime
Pump.
Lil
example
Pump.
of a lot of people will say that song is trash, but it's catchy to me. You know what I mean? It's catchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gucci
yeah,
Gang,
yeah,
Gucci Gang. But at the same time, a lot of people will say that's trash. And a lot of people will say, he's snapping. So that's what what I'm saying. I would tell everybody, don't worry about it. Just what I'm saying. Try not to overthink it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
yeah.
Just do what's natural, and it works, man. It works. All these years, I wasn't confident in myself. And that's what led to, the late success. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I mean,
Um, s-
speaking about like Lil Pump, however, I mean, like, what do you think about people that only get popular for like only a couple of songs and then they never seem to grow with their music career, like one hit wonders, for example? Like, what do you think about them?
Think it's just the lack of consistency. Because I think anybody could make more than one hit. You know what I mean? It's just like, but at the same time, you could live off that one hit. See what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah,
Cause what's his name? The "I Wanna Rock" song. Remember that? Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. That song came out like maybe the late '80s, early '90s, and he still performs it in Vegas today. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
So it's like it's longevity in one hit, but at the same time, it's like I think if you have the work ethic, you keep making songs, then you'll eventually be able to ride away. Cause look at Lil Wayne. See what I'm saying? Lil Wayne, like some of the songs he had, I won't say that. I say the time that Lil Wayne had, he was on the radio that whole year. Like, you know what I'm saying? On every different
yeah.
song.
I
So that's, you know what
What
I'm
mean,
do you
saying?
think was? Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
is
I'm
it?
sorry.
okay.
Can it really be the fault of the artist? Because a lot of artists, they still are making music to this day, right? The people who just
Right.
are famous off of like one song. Let me get into like, I don't know, Rebecca Black, for example. I mean, we heard that Friday joint, like, people had
Yeah,
mixed
Mm-hmm.
feelings about it, but she did something right, you know what I mean? And a lot of these one hit wonders, is it, can it really be their fault, or can it also be like the fault of the industry? Also, I want to quickly
Yeah.
say, what's up, Haru? What's up, Taylor? What's up, Reese? Welcome to the stream,
Hey,
everybody. Sorry I didn't get to properly say what's up, but all right.
I kind of agree. See what I'm saying? Because there is the machine that's behind it as well. Know what
Mm,
I'm saying? Because like if you're on a record label and they can't feel like, or like you're making songs and they feel like none of them will be hits, they'll drop you like a bad habit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
yeah,
It'll always be that. And then it's like they give you certain contracts where once they do drop you, it'll be hard to go anywhere else. You know what I mean?
yeah. I know one artist who has dealt with this. Has anybody heard the song "These Demons" by Eminem featuring Maj?
I haven't. Um,
Probably have, but I heard too much Eminem.
It was off of his like new music to be murdered by side B joint.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, Maj, he did this, with Eminem, and then he kind of got like fucked up by the industry and shit like that, and he just completely disconnected himself from the industry. I mean, his 30K Instagram verified account, his whatever $1 million deals, he just dropped all of that shit just to make music of his own and like stay independent and shit like that, because he was being forced to live a lifestyle that, you know, he didn't seem fit for him. And I don't know, the industry seems to have this corrupt, mindset, and people are actually coming out of the woodwork, to fucking, talk about it. But have you, like, in your personal like music journey, have you thought about, being or staying involved with industry standards in hip hop?
Not really, because I
Mm.
feel the industry standards are kind of like can't you know what I'm saying? Like I can't explain how bad it is because there's a lot of things, like one thing I really love is creative control.
Mm.
I noticed that under contracts they want you to do things under their control, and that's why I would rather stay independent. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
just work my way up. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I don't think I ever really signed a record deal unless it made sense. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like an album deal or two album deals, and you know what I'm saying? Make them renegotiable. At the same time, I just believe in independence. Like we live in a digital world now where there's millions and millions of people that could listen to your music without a record label push. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Um,
Um,
definitely remain independent for a long time.
Go ahead,
yeah.
Jelani. I'm sorry, I
So
didn't.
yeah, when it comes to like making music, however, like what should the artist think first when it comes to like first thinking, about making music? Like what would you say?
Learn the business. Learn the business because, like, if you mean in production as well as writing,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely learn the business because a lot of producers get screwed. Know what I'm saying? Because they put, like you have your YouTube channel with all your beats on it. It's an easy way to convert YouTube to MP3. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
yeah.
So they can just take your stuff and put it on. You know what I'm saying? Make a song and put it back on YouTube. Some people will even put them on the streaming sites, and that's crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So yeah, you have to know the business, learn publishing, copyrights, and things of that nature, so that you can protect your music
Mm,
first and foremost. But then when you start, like, I couldn't tell you my method of writing because it's different. Like it's like I zone out, and then it just takes after I get the first line, everything else flows with it. It's like I'm trying to keep a cadence and keep the subject at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah. It's interesting. I mean, we're not. I mean, with artists nowadays. I mean, yeah, I used to ask people, like how they approach their music, but in this day and age, like it's so different with every answer. Hold up.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Try to like I learn. I know nothing about music theory. There's so many plugins that'll just make melody for you now. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
like it.
actually really easy to make a song now.
Yeah. What do you think about? Okay, this may be a bit like of a dark question, but like, what do you think about like posthumous like albums? Like people like when record labels create music of people that have died, like Juice World, XXX, even Tupac. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I feel like
My
that
bad.
when those people pass, like the people that own them, I won't say own. That's a bad word. People that sign them to their record labels actually gain more with their death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like I seen that a lot. Like the dude Mo 3, Nipsey Hussle. A lot of people get more recognition when they pass away, and which is a sad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tupac was actually, I feel like he was killed because he had such a following. Like I said, he was a revolutionary to me. Like he was teaching that they treat us like thugs. It wasn't him basically saying we are thugs. It's just that we were treated like thugs in America. So you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he was killed for that. But you know what I'm saying? Like the shit with Triple X, they're saying like I've watched a couple of things saying that Drake had something to do with that too. So I could get that because you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of went at Drake's mom and all kind of stuff in that time. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's somebody with power and money take offense to something like that and do something. I'm not saying Drake did it, but you know what I'm saying? He would have a good motive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very man like because those artists really blew up after they died. Like they were already big, but after they died, it's like was like a big cash run after that, man. That's why you know what I'm saying. That's why I say the record labels. I will not do that. I want that money after I pass to go to my family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's all about leaving a good legacy and making sure your family got everything they need, and it's highly respectable, man. I fuck with it heavy. You're one of many artists who stay true to themselves. I'm sorry if y'all hear my mom sneezing in the background, but it's all good. But nah. All right.
But like what though? I mean, if you wanted like with the treatment of posthumous albums though, like
Hmm.
like who would you say had like the best treatment when it came to posthumous albums?
I would say Juice World, Nipsey.
Okay. And who had the worst?
Man, could go many ways. Michael Jackson. It's a lot
Michael
of them. It's a
Jackson.
lot of 'em.
Yeah.
They
I
kind of
think there
did.
was
Well,
I
they
think there
kind
was
of.
a song like wasn't there a song where like Drake used Michael Jackson's vocals or something like that?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
paid. Yeah, he paid for. Yeah, he paid for the
yeah,
rights to the
man.
masters, and he made a song with Michael Jackson.
Could
Yeah.
imagine that's a pretty penny though. Because before Mike passed, he was actually letting people use his music, but after he passed, other people have control.
Yeah, yeah. It's always how it is, man. Michael Jackson's like one of the greatest artists of absolutely all time, if not the greatest. I think he's the greatest, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed, man. And that's why I hate the way they treated him while he was alive, and then even so after he died.
Yeah.
It's like I felt like he had it the worst.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, Juice World, they show him mad love. Like Nipsey, they show him mad love too, man. Like,
Yeah.
and then there was Tupac too, because after Tupac died, they made a few songs with him. 50 Cent did one. You know what I'm saying? Like all the artists that was blowing up after they passed was doing songs with him too. So
Yeah.
I think that concept is dope. I just don't like the fact like the insurance, you know, thing. Like when somebody dies, the record label gains all the insurance from that. I believe that it should go to the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
like, what do you think about also like kind of speaking about like the whole Drake and Michael Jackson thing? Like, what do you think about it when like people do like features with posthumous songs? Like, I think like Eminem did a song with Juice World after like it was like a posthumous thing, if I could
Uh,
recall correctly.
um,
Yeah, yeah.
that song, they worked on that before Juice passed, but it was released after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they did one with I think it was Lil Wayne did one with X after he passed, or did they record that before he passed too?
I don't know. I don't really get
like
too
"Don't
much into it.
Cry" or something like that. Don't cry. Lil Wayne used that joint.
Everybody made a song with X, man. It's
I think it's dope if you're paying tribute, but if it's just a money grab, that sucks to me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
Pop Smoke was also one of those guys who were like, you,
But
you know,
yeah,
nobody knew who he was until he
he
died,
got
and
a
then
lot. That's what I thought that he was gonna be that guy. Know what I'm saying? And then it's just like that was a tragic death, man. That was crazy.
I think one of the
Made the whole
worst
album
ones.
after he was gone though.
Yeah, one of the worst ones was when XXXTentacion and Lil Peep, they did not at all like each other, I'm pretty sure. And then a song drops. It's called "Fallen Down."
Yeah, I saw
And
that one. I
after
heard that
yeah,
one.
after they both passed, that song dropped. I think that was like big disrespect.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they should do stuff like that, man. See, they've
Yeah.
done it because like Tupac and Jay Z, they were actually on some beef shit.
Mm.
Then after Tupac died, Jay Z made that Bonnie and Clyde song, which is like the song that Tupac made on the Machiavelli album.
Mm.
So I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I think that's why I say if you're paying tribute, then salute. But if you're just doing it because it's like popularity thing or money or something like that, I don't respect it.
What even is the market for this? I mean, like, because like I know rappers and musicians are in the industry and shit like that, but how do you even get approached by like a record label? Like, how does a record label just go around and just go like, "Yo, do you want to make a song with one of my dead artists?" Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
it's
That's
fucked.
crazy, man. That's
It's
crazy.
kind of messed up, man. Like, what's the market for that? This is some kind of like Breaking Bad shit. I'm just saying, like,
Or maybe it's
Right,
like the opposite though. Maybe it's like the artist wants to ask the record label for it.
right.
yeah, yeah,
That's
but
what I would hope. You know what I'm saying? I really do.
no, but even worse. Well, not really even worse. It's more of like, just how does the conversation start? I don't see us. Of course, we're all independent artists now. Like, I don't know of any independent artists in our community who tragically passed away or anything. I don't know anything about that, but I'm wondering what the market for that is because it's some fucked up shit. I understand like DMX was working on his album and it was unfinished when he died, so other people got to hop on his songs and shit like that, but and that's highly understandable. That's a way to pay tribute. The Exodus album was literally a work of art, but bro, that's fucking weird.
I think it could also
Crazy.
be the fact is that they know they're running out of lyrics to use, so they're trying to get other people so that they can complete songs. I think that's kind of a method, in a way, like because when it comes to an artist's death, you only have a limited amount of lyrics that you can use for songs before it's all gone.
Right. That's why I respect what Tupac did. I think he felt like he knew he was gonna die. So he just locked himself in the studio and made song after song after song. But still that well ran dry as well. So you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah, I know Juice World did the same way. I think there's like over 1,000 like lyrics that record labels can use. I believe. I think I heard somewhere around like
Yeah.
because Juice World was mostly about freestyling. I see videos of him freestyling. So basically, he's got a whole lot he's got a whole lot saved.
Not only that, man, but like a lot of leakers actually were out there and just like, bro, they leaked
Yeah.
every fucking last bit of his projects, like, and they're all in like bulk. I'm talking like, if you thought PFV was making a lot of music, then that's like, Juice World did fucking double of that in his life, man.
Right.
And it was impressive, especially he was 21, man. 21 years of age making this
Yeah,
much music.
21.
That was enough for, if the labels and the family strategically drop it, that's an entire lifetime worth of music, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
man.
that's Juice World immortalized forever. I think he got, yeah, he. I agree with you, Larry, when he got the absolute, best treatment when it comes to posthumous music, because Pop Smoke, for example, everyone made a song with Pop Smoke. You could ask
Mhm.
anyone, around you if they've made a song with Pop Smoke, and apparently they fucking did. And the record label, they dropped absolutely everything, and then all of a sudden they say, "Hey, we just run out of Pop Smoke songs. Sorry, y'all."
Yeah. Like that's the thing though. Is like because I feel like when it comes to that, I feel like they have to plan it. Like if you have only a limited amount in the vault, I feel like you don't drop everything all at once. I know people want to hear Pop Smoke. People want to hear this, but sometimes it's just best to be patient because when
Hmm.
it comes to money, I mean, you gotta try the best. You gotta respect the artist's wishes.
Right.
However, you gotta strategize when it comes to it. You can't drop everything all at once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed, man. Cause it's a lot too. That's what I feel like. Cause when Big Pun died, it, they Big Pun was like one of the best rappers in that time. And it was like they did a couple of songs after he died, and that was it. You see what I'm saying? So I think
Yeah.
that's what I think. And this is why I made so many YouTube songs for one, because most of the YouTube songs aren't going on, all the major sites because they're downloaded beats or something like that. It's just building the catalog. Just you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So like I want to have an extra catalog, and then it's like, man, I would definitely give up my stems. You know what I'm saying? To let everybody do it. You know what I'm saying? Let them get
Hmm.
down. But like that's what I say, man. If it's a tribute thing, because like I would do something like if a rep came to me, asked me to do a song with DMX, I'd do it in a heartbeat. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because
Yep.
like X is one of my favorite artists too. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's a weird thing, man. You never know what's behind how it was done. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
Yeah.
feel like if I was approached with that kind of opportunity to make a song with DMX, I don't think I would be able to. I think I would, like, I didn't listen to that much of DMX's music before he passed.
Right.
I knew what he was about. I knew all of his classics. I mean, you know, but I never got to experience his journey and be there along the way. I was more at like where like at the late stage of his career. I mean, I was more there. He started dropping more music. Um,
Right.
it wouldn't even feel right. I wanted to make a DMX tribute because he did put quite some impact on my approach of old school hip hop, but it just didn't feel right. And I made it with I made that tribute with somebody else, and he dropped his own version of that tribute that I made, and it was a much bigger it was a much better approach. But you on a song with DMX, I think, I mean I would say you have experienced sort of um, the
In
journey, I
that
guess.
era,
Yeah, that era, yeah,
yeah,
chronologically, because you saw how everything transpired. I mean, hip hop. How old is hip hop at this point? I mean, it's like
Yeah.
yeah, it's
since
granddaddy age.
yeah,
It's
since no,
granddaddy age.
Yeah.
since the '80s, late '70s maybe. Um, there was a little bit of it, I guess, in the '40s. From one little band, but um, no, but yeah. So I'd I'd say anyone who's made music, I guess, in the '90s or the 2000s even. Um, to me automatically are like one of the pioneers in this genre, and
Mhm.
yeah. um Larry,
My
what
ultimate goal is Eminem, man. I want to catch him before he passes, bro.
that
Yeah.
that's everybody's dream, man. And the thing is though,
Yeah.
it, word on the street is that he does not charge for features. He charges
He has to make. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll go. I was just saying he charges respect. He has to make sure that he's actually moved by your inflection, I guess, in your song. I mean, that's how I've heard some people working with M. So
All
yeah.
right, that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if I was to send him something with a blank spot, he'll do it. In that case.
Yeah. So you just have to catch Eminem somehow. Let him know what
Yeah,
you
man.
about, and take it from there.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe he's active on social media. You never know. Just
right.
DM.
You never know when he's watching for real.
That's the
Yeah.
thing, bro. He was just randomly, sending a Twitter reply to freaking No Life Shack, and I was like, what the fuck? he
Right.
he's not charging money for features. He's charging, respect, man. And yeah, bro, keep fucking going. You have a better chance of like working with people in that level like M or King Crooked or anyone in that space.
Well, I appreciate
So
that, man.
me, for me personally, Bazaar of D12 fucking blocked me on Instagram. So
Damn.
Yeah.
it happens.
Bizarre is crazy anyway.
Yeah, he
He
asked
used to
me.
kill me because he'll wear like the shower cap with no shirt on. It was crazy, man.
Yeah, but I mean, the '90s was It had a lot of interesting styles back then. Like, what was your favorite style of the '90s?
Mm, I would say like the early '90s. I would go with like LL Cool J
Mm,
because like he had a real. It was different. It was very like versatile because he would have one song with "I need an around the way girl," and then come back with "Mama said knock you out" and "I'm bad" and stuff like that. I think that he was the most versatile style artist in that time, so I was really on him. Redman. Redman is like probably in my top three artists of all time. It was because he was a weed smoker, of course, but
mm,
he had a lot of punchlines. I think that was the best style to me was the punchlines. You know what I'm saying? Because I always love punchlines.
yeah.
If it
Uh,
was more fun than more serious, I would always love it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's though like so though like when people say usually like when it comes to like modern rap, people say that like older is better and everything. As since you experienced that, like when you're around the time of the '90s, did people say like older music, like music older than the '90s, were better? Like when you were listening to music in the '90s.
Not nah, cause I like this how I look at it, right? Like everything evolves. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything evolves. So I don't really think there was a best time in music because I feel like this generation actually is very. I say there are more songwriters than back then. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There very much more songwriters than just rap. That's what I appreciate that aspect of the newer generation of rap. '90s, I appreciate the grittiness, because that's what a lot of gangster rap and everything started,
Yeah.
getting big. So yeah, like I give all times, you know what I'm saying, the same respect. Cause like I'm an older artist and I have a lot of older friends that listen to music and they really complain about the new generation. I don't get what I'm saying because I actually love it. You see what I'm saying? Especially if it's in a good nature. See what I'm saying? There's some that's just bad. Like there's like suicidal songs. I don't like those that much because you know what I'm saying. I feel like you're training someone else to feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, um, it. Okay. All right. This is quite a subject for me because I work on mental health awareness, so I can't fully agree with what you're saying, but I can understand.
Right.
Some songs, not all. Well, let me say most for argument's sake. Most songs that touch on that subject or just have that sad boy attitude, it
Right.
kind of it's kind of somebody that just lends out a hand, from experience, somebody that just lends out a hand and just try to
Right. People
give
that can relate.
people,
You see what
yeah,
I'm saying?
give people
Yeah, I
that
get
sort of,
that.
yeah, people give people that sort of like, hey, I've been there before, man, and
Yeah, I
I
got
feel
mine.
it.
I have the
Yeah,
struggle songs. You know what I'm saying? So I get
yeah,
that aspect, but like, it's just wouldn't even say. I think that was the bad subject because
yeah,
we'll say gangster shit. Like,
mm,
think that was a bad influence on a lot of things. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
And I think like that was it was like I feel like it perpetuates violence when you do things like that. That's why I try to be the different man from that.
Yeah. Bro, do you believe in a way? And I don't know if maybe you find any similarities or if you find any differences with, two different eras, but gangsta rap has fucking changed for the absolute worst. And I only see this from a younger point of view because for obvious reasons. What I see from old school gangsta rap, there was actually some musicality towards it. Obviously, people were not going to disagree with the, or no, people were not going to agree with each other, or there was going to be exchanges between people, or whatever, or just rapping about that certain lifestyle because they grew up around it. How do you
Right.
feel gangster rap changed from 30 years ago to now? Because there is quite some significant change. How do you feel from what you know from your era of hip hop?
I don't know, like I feel like the gangster music back then was how can I say it? Like it was more for awareness. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
and when I say awareness, not in a good way, but there it was more awareness because like NWA, they were the first like to me real gangster rappers that was doing, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. And it was can I explain it? It was explaining how it was in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So like
yeah,
I get that part. This part is just like think that Chicago was a major influence on the like they call it drill music. Drill music was made in
yeah,
Chicago first, Chief Keef and all of them. And that version of gangster is rough, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like there was
mm,
more unity within gangsters back then versus now. Like there's
yeah.
just like so much separation now. It's not even funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, like when it comes to drill music, how do you feel when like people diss like dead ops in their
Think
songs?
that's just so disrespectful, man. Like I really feel like if somebody dies, it should squash that beef. Like you know what I'm saying? That's the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's I don't know, man. I just feel like it's a bad spirit when you do things like that, like disrespect the dead. Like I've
Yeah.
never in that type of way, and I don't raise my kids to do that either. So you know what I'm saying? When somebody pass away, let them rest. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I
Yeah.
saw that
Yeah.
so many times. I think that's just bad. Like, I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, so they had the "Who I Smoke" song. Remember that? Who
Who
I
else will
Smoke?
Yeah.
smoke?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that shit was bad because the names they were saying was people that actually died down there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's like I don't know if they're I don't understand the logic of that because you know what I'm saying? Like they're making fun of people that died.
Yeah.
We all could go like that, man. So you know what I'm saying?
Nico, what up, man? Tapping in from work. Hope all is doing well. Yeah, we're all doing chill. We're just vibing on the podcast. But hey, Larry, I Jesus Christ, sorry about the background. I totally get what you're saying, man. Cause like, I feel like when Tupac died, I feel like Biggie actually, gave some respect to the situation. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
a lot of the beef between Tupac and Biggie did lead up to Tupac's death, unfortunately, because there was this whole war of like West Coast versus East Coast, from what I read and watched.
That
Um,
was messed up, man, because
yeah,
I think that's just like it's just the influence that you have on people. I don't think it should
yeah,
have been the East Coast West Coast thing because Tupac was actually in New York for a good while.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? And then once he went to the West Coast, I think that was more of a Puffy and Suge Knight battle. That they
yeah,
basically, Suge Knight is from the West Coast and Puffy
yeah,
from the East Coast, so that's why they kind of like egged that on. But it turned bad. Like, and then
yeah,
you're right. Once Tupac passed away, he was, showing respect. He actually went
yeah.
out to Cali, which I thought was a bad idea. You know what I'm
It
saying? It was
yeah.
too soon.
It was too soon because of like this war of like East Coast versus West Coast. It was fucking huge. All right, a lot of people died. A lot of people got arrested. A lot of like everyone that was involved in the scene, well, not died, but I mean, were incarcerated at some point, suffered gunshot wounds at some point, or died. Orlando Anderson, all right, is I mean like the number one suspect, in the Tupac like whole like murder thing, because Tupac jumped Orlando Anderson at the MGM Grand, and then he gets shot right after, like, I mean, like right like on the first red light after he starts
Yeah.
driving. I mean, things start to add up. And then I guess what, about a week or so later, Orlando Anderson dies of a gunshot wound. He gets killed by somebody else, and from that point on, there was no way to like prove that Orlando Anderson had any involvement in the murder of Tupac. But yeah, it was too soon for Biggie, man. It was like I get what he was trying to do, but it
It was too soon,
it
man. I
it was
wouldn't
too
have done it.
soon.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't have advised it, and that's why, like,
but
I don't understand that. That's why I kind of feel like, in a way, it could have been set up for him to go out there and that to happen because I know any man that knows that that whole side of country is, you know what I'm saying? It's like not
yeah,
fucking with me. And the person that was representing that side of the country passed away. It's
mm,
not wise for me to go out there right now. Like, it gave it a
yeah,
couple of years, then maybe.
yeah,
And it's like when he went out there, they played the Who Shot You song. It was like
yeah,
he performed it, and I was like, that's crazy. But like, I don't know, man. Men have too much pride sometimes, dog.
yeah, yeah. It, it's sad, man, because I think a lot of the influence that happened, that stemmed from this East Coast, West Coast shit, is that Tupac was in jail, false, like, you know, I'll say falsely, all right? I don't see anything that proved that, Tupac had anything to do with sexual harassment or rape or any of that shit. I try to see, and all I see is just like innocent until proven guilty, right? And they didn't fucking prove that shit. Suge Knight kind of brought Tupac under his wing, like with the whole death row shit. And then I guess, I mean, Biggie and Diddy, had their thing, I guess, going on.
Yeah.
But man, that'll be regarded as like one of like the biggest, if not the biggest beef, like in old school hip hop. But could it, like, Larry, from your point of view, do you think it could ever like escalate to that ever again?
Man, yeah. I mean, it has. You know what I'm saying? That guy,
Yeah.
what's his name? The guy, little Timmy shot, King Von.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, King Von who attacked Rondo
Yeah, man.
at that party, I think in Atlanta.
Hmm.
Yeah, which is what I was gonna mention because it seems like history kind of repeated itself in a way, like just fights ended up being violent because of that, and it's
Right.
kind of unfortunate that way. You
Yeah.
And
know?
like it's so bad that like say somebody from Jacksonville is beefing with NBA YoungBoy, we'll just use him, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
If I'm from the same city, I don't even have to know him, but I run the risk of getting my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm
Yeah.
from that same city or the person you're beefing with.
Yeah.
It's crazy now. Like it's really crazy now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is a hot take or not because I mean, I guess the industry sort of over glorified King Von at one point, shortly after his death. But this whole thing of gangsta, or I guess the fallout of these gangsta diss raps of like, yeah, he got put in a spliff or whatever, just kind of like,
Yeah,
flexing
that's
on like
crazy.
the dead ops and shit. It's not gonna stop. King Von, before he died, he killed 5 other people like years back or leading up to the death. And I think I might be wrong. All right, I didn't read too much on King Von. All right, but I think King Von, and the rest of his boys. I guess Lil Durk was also there. I don't know. All right, I think King Von kind of instigated that attack, right? Or
Yeah, he did. He
he
did.
did. Okay, he did. So honestly, like, there's nothing I can say other than he had it coming. All right, and it's tragic because that's not what fucking hip hop is about. All right, like,
Yeah,
I
man.
guess anybody would agree, and again, I might be repeating myself from a couple weeks ago, but anybody would agree that hip hop is, you know, um, healthy individual people helping other people.
Right.
I think is I'm trying to remember the acronym that I was told because some shit was going on and I was remembering like, yo, hip hop is not about that fucking gangsta or the battle shit. Like, and bro, people cross the fucking line with that. Um, but
But I think really it's just like I think really it's just when people know like when people have the opportunity to make fun or do whatever they want to do when it comes to music and everything, they will do it no matter what. Like nothing's gonna stop them. If they know if they can diss like dead, they will diss the dead and everything. And I think I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that way because I feel like it leads to like a lot of young rappers dying that way because it's kind of that retaliation thing. But
mm,
in a way, I don't know if it's like deserved or not though. I don't know. Like it's kind of a
well,
question that I kind of wonder.
well, obviously,
Yeah.
obviously, nobody deserves to die from a gunshot wound. It fucking sucks. When you hear people getting shot every day. I mean, look at Takeoff. I mean, I know Takeoff was, well, according to witnesses, apparently Takeoff's death was accidental. Accidental murder. He,
Yeah.
the guy who shot Takeoff actually got released from prison after posting a $10 million bail, which is fucking insane. But
Yeah, man.
bro, nobody fucking deserves gunshot wound. And look, I don't listen to Migos' music, but I remember pump it up, pump it up, like that. Or no, it
Yeah.
was it pipe it up? No, it was pipe it up, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I remember these songs, and Takeoff dying, bro. That shit was tragic, and it was just over a fucking dice game.
Right.
Yeah.
And he
And
seems like the least likely out of the three to get shot. That's what really got me about it was like
mm,
that's just weird because Takeoff he's throwing because I live in Georgia now. A
yeah,
lot of people knew him, and from what everybody's saying, he was a cool guy. Like he was a really cool dude, very
Mhm.
funny, outgoing but quiet. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he'll be funny if he knows you, but if he doesn't know you or anybody that's around you, he doesn't know them. He'll be a quiet dude. But that's why I felt like he was the least likely to get shot out of because the other two are just loud. They wild. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like yeah. So that is you never know who could catch one, man, and it sucks because
Mhm.
like I get even if King Von had killed 20,000 people, you know, a lot of
Yeah.
people can be reformed. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I really feel like he was young. As he got older, maybe he would have noticed those mistakes that he made when he was younger, but he didn't get that luxury. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lot of people would dream to have the luxury of turning shit around. I mean, look at XXX Tentacion for instance. I mean, he did a lot of really fucked up shit in his
Man, he was beating people the fuck
yeah.
up.
Yeah, he
That
was
dude was wild, man.
yeah, burglary like every fucking morning. Like I'd be going to school. I was like 12, bro. Like I'd be seeing like XXX Tentacion going to jail after alleged burglary or alleged fucking assault or whatever. I would always see a mugshot. I'm like, damn, bro, this guy doesn't fucking stop.
Right.
And then, he was doing this thing like literally a month before he died, bro. He was being like, XXX, giving back to people. He was like just giving money to strangers. He was just buying
Yeah.
food and appliances and PS4s and shit. And
Right.
it's
Yeah.
fucking sad what happened to him because he was just motorcycle shopping. He was not even doing anything crazy. Boom, gets shot. Like,
Right.
But
man,
That's
like,
what.
but
Go
wasn't
ahead.
it because like he announced that he had money on him? Like he had like,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, which is, I'm gonna be honest, not the smartest thing to do when you're rich and
Amen.
famous. You never announce how much you have because
Oh,
people are going to go after you no matter what.
Right.
bro. I
I could be a
just,
millionaire right now, and I wouldn't let anybody know that, man, because for the
yeah.
most part, people are looking for money. Like a lot of people, like I'll tell you this: the whole time I was rapping, most of the people that was around were trying to capitalize because they felt like I had the talent to make money.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So that's what it is. Like it's just like, nah, man. Like I'll just like one thing I would never do is carry an extra amount of cash on me either. If somebody jacked my card, I can cancel that as soon as they get away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That cash, like he had a bag of cash, man, and he went to that motorcycle place and walked out, and they just lit him up. That's crazy,
In
man.
his car, man. Like, he posted a story. And, man, like, as soon as we were talking about that, I just thought about another death, man. That really, really fucked me up. PNB Rock, man.
Oh yeah, that one
Yeah,
was.
now that one was foul, man.
Yeah, that
That,
one terrible.
like, that one hit me. I listened to the song. The first song that I ever listened to from PNB Rock was Middle Child. And I'll be honest with you, I accidentally found it because I was trying to listen to J. Cole, Middle Child. But I found PNB Rock, Middle Child featuring X. If you look at the music video, it's fucking amazing. And the music video was shot after X died. I think they worked on that song together before. I'm not too sure. Could be wrong. But
Yeah.
like it gives me goosebumps right now thinking about it, that how that tribute was laid out, how PNB Rock like did that for him. And now he's the one who got shot in a robbery because his girl posted something on a story or something. And I'm not gonna, like, trash on PNB Rock's girl. This is shit. Like, this is human error. All right, human beings are imperfect by design, and it just sucks. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I hope that she can overcome the guilt, because there's definitely guilt, all right, coming with this. All right, you can't just
Right.
not be guilty. you know you post on your story your exact location, and then your boyfriend gets shot right in front of you. It's fucking traumatic.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
same thing happened with Pop Smoke. Like he accidentally put his address for everyone to see, and that's how he got murdered.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
It
bro.
was like on a tag or something.
Yes,
Yeah, I was
yes.
like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
There was a
I think
911
with
call.
PNB Rock, they saw him coming in when they was leaving, and that's when they tried to attempt to go back in and rob him. They ended
Yeah,
up shooting him. It's crazy, man.
that one hurt me the most because he was, he did that song with XXX Tentacion, and then he was murdered the same exact fucking way that
Right,
X.
exactly, man. It's just
Fuck,
like three,
man.
Mo 3. But see, if you watch stuff that leads up to it, you kind of understand how it happened.
Mm,
Cause he was beefing with I forgot his name, Pretty Boy Freddie or something like that,
yeah.
and he made songs about it. He went on live streams and he was talking shit about how the dude is such a punk and all this kind of stuff. Now, I'm not saying he's responsible for Mo 3's death, but that would be enough. You know what I'm saying? To get somebody to shoot him down. Cause like that was crazy because he was in the other side of town where he's not from, where the dude he was beefing with is from. And when he left the girl's house, he was at a girl's house, and when he left, noticed the car was following him. He pulled up to the gas station, and he tried to dip off into the traffic really quick because it was like right off of the expressway. And he tried to go onto the expressway really quick, and he hit a car. I don't know if he hit a car or hit a rail or something,
Mm,
and car just stopped. So he got out the car and started running, and they followed him down the street and shot him. So
mm,
it's like, man, you gotta be careful how you move. You gotta be careful how you treat people, cause karma is a thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
yeah.
like in cases like fucking Takeoff, that was just like crazy. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, man.
Yeah.
So, like, what would you tell young kids that get into gangs or anything like that? Like, what would you tell them?
Just be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard because like I've done research. Like when you're in Chicago, you have really no choice. You know what I'm saying? They call it Chirac.
Yeah,
It's
Chirac.
a lot of those kids join gangs because they don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and the fact that like you could just be walking down the street and people will just start shooting at you, like you know what I'm saying. So, but I really would try to prevent it altogether. Like I would try to keep our youngest from doing that because they're a smarter generation than we were. Get what I'm saying? They have a lot more information provided to them where they can do other things besides joining gangs and
Yeah.
trying to be what these artists are depicting themselves as. Half of them don't even live that life. They just make that music, and like I said, perpetuates violence amongst other people. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just it sucks, man. Like I think the music industry is the biggest problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have a record label. Okay, this guy who's rapping about shooting people, doing drugs, etc., is getting millions of views. So let's sign him. See what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lil Durk. Sorry. I mean,
Right.
like, I love Lil Durk's music. It's amazing, but I don't think he truly deserved the opportunities that the industry has given him for the simple reason that the message that he portrays to his audience, and I could say this for a lot of rappers that are out there. Now, I'm talking now when you think about, 50 Cent or The Game or Tupac or Biggie or Jay-Z, Nas, whatever, these are people who, talk about gangster shit, but more so just like Larry says, brings awareness, not in terms of like yeah, over glorified stuff, but it's more of like, this is how we're being treated, this is how we grew up, and this is how we adapt and overcome all these struggles, and it's inspiring. Now these days it's like, haha, fuck you, your brother died, your dog died, your father died, like everybody died. and and
Gangster is more like a fashion
yeah,
now. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
because
Yeah.
the kids were educated in the wrong way. They thought it was a misinterpretation of everything the old school gangster rap was all about.
Right,
It
and
w-
that's why I blame us in a way, bro. Like I really do, because you know what I'm saying. We had the opportunity to actually change it before it got to this.
mhm.
But instead, we praise artists like Jay Z. Like I love Jay Z's music. If you really listen to what he's saying, is like I sold drugs, I do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or I
Yeah.
shoot this guy, I shoot that guy. And that's the thing. Like he could have stopped that. Like people like Common, he don't rap like that. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Yeah.
But Common doesn't get as much recognition as like Tupac. You see what I'm saying? Like not
Yeah.
Tupac. I kind of weigh him in different ways because he has his gangster shit. He also has his struggle. Like the song like Dear Mama, that's a beautiful fucking song.
Oh yeah.
Like see what I'm saying? Like he has a lot of different things. I think now they're just so focused and adamant on being so thugged out. I can't.
Yeah.
I hate that it is so many of our children that are influenced by it, and you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. But I can't blame our generation. I blame my generation and the generations before that. Because
Yeah.
like when I was growing up in the ghetto,
Hmm.
grandmother was really strict. We would
Yeah.
wake up in the morning. We couldn't like we'll have to before we even brush our teeth. She would make us make our bed up.
Mhm.
See what I'm saying? Then go
Yeah.
brush your teeth, get yourself ready for school. Like she taught us with discipline. And I
Yeah.
think that's where this generation lacks because for the most part, you know, the parents were locked up, like the dads were locked up, and that I think every child needs a father figure in their life.
Yeah.
And when they get locked up because they're selling drugs or they're doing gangster shit, you see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
hard to kind of raise the next generation. I think that's where it really left us at, man.
Well, man,
Oh,
go ahead, Jelani.
so speaking about like old gangster rap, how did you feel when like 50 Cent got shot and then in 50 Cent's song he dissed the person that shot him?
See, now I feel like you're provoking that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you're provoking people or you're taunting people that didn't kill you. Just like what's his name? Man, what's the dude name from Memphis that died?
Oh, Young Dolph.
A Young Dolph.
Yeah.
Like when he got shot at before, like they shot at him 100 times or something like that. He made a whole song about it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like Tano, you shot 100 times and you missed me or some shit like that. So it's just like, don't you're gonna raise more people trying to kill you. Like especially if you know, like these people be devoted to some of these people like more than you know. Like say I'm a famous rapper from Jacksonville, but I have a huge following in Atlanta. So person that, you know, even shot at you probably didn't have nothing to do with me. See what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's just like you're taunting the person. Like I don't think taunting is a good thing to do, man. When people is shooting guns, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, let's be honest. Like, Many Men was a fucking banger, and
He was
yeah,
crazy, man. I
like
think
like the taunting. Yeah, I mean, like the taunting is never gonna do anybody any good because you do put yourself in danger. You seriously do. I mean,
right,
Hit 'Em Up by Tupac. Like,
right,
who shot me? And like, he kind of did a response to like, yeah, y'all miss me and shit. Like, it,
yeah, man.
it's very provocative, and it gives all the more reason, not not a justified reason, but it gives all the more reason for others to just try and provoke this fucking crime and violence that goes on in the world, man. But um, it
Shit, man.
it's
I just
tragic.
pray that you know our youngest can get it together because that's what I feel like is gonna really fix this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
think that's the younger generation has the power on everything, especially if you're over the age of 18, you can vote. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot more children now. So I think that they have the power. It's just that the industry won't allow them to know it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, for me and my background, I mean, I'm I've grown up around a very fucking weird neighborhood, all right? You know, I would walk in, like, you know, just walking in the street, man. I was only able to go outside of my house by my own self at age 15. Like, and that's very recent. Because I mean, all the shit that was going on, man. People like, because in my city right now, like the part where I live, you got two different buildings who you basically got an entire fucking drug cartel in each of those buildings. And I'm pretty sure from what I heard from other people who live in the city, it's a big fucking beef between these two buildings. And I don't know if, you know, there's any bit of like rap that comes out of that. I don't listen to rap from my city. I'm pretty sure I'm like the biggest rapper in my city because I had never heard any single fucking person in my city ever rap. Like, I'll be honest with you. But it didn't give me motivation to rap, that's for sure, man. Like, there's nothing musical about, you know, growing up, you know, around such fucking violence, all right? Like,
Right.
but it does give you the motivation. If you did grow up around this, it does give you the motivation that if you really truly don't want to fuck with that, then you simply don't, because people don't have to give you ultimatums, all right? Like, you know, I heard in gangs, you know, they beat the shit out of you, or they make you kill somebody, and then you're officially part of the gang. You know what I mean? And you hear a lot of these stories from like innocent kids, man. I watched fucking Dr. Phil. There was just this kid, all right? He looks very fucking harmless. And, you know, he was pushed to kill another innocent kid in order to be part of a gang. And it's fucking crazy what this whole, like, you know, gang shit is going around in this generation. And I know that this is the type of shit that fucking goes on in my city around me, and it's fucking scary, man. And I never ever want to be involved with that ever. There's no way at all that this is worth it. A lot of people want out of it, but then it's too late, man. So it's just tragic. The best thing to do.
I can see that's what, like, I don't knock it, because at the same time, if that's all you know, what else can you talk about? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. If all you know.
At the same time, it's like, I like T.I.'s message, for one. Like, T.I. said he was a hustler. You know what I'm saying? But he also talks about the bad side of it. Like, yeah, you making money and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you could go to jail, you could get shot, you know what I'm saying? He lost friends, etc. It's a lot of bad stuff that comes with doing that. But this generation doesn't do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, this generation, I feel like, in a way, I mean, yes, there was a lot that fucking transpired in old school hip hop. I mean, like, I don't even think that King Von and Quando Rondo or whatever even scrapes the surface. When the whole East Coast versus West Coast shit happened, it really shook things up in the hip hop community, from what I have, you know, read and watched, you know. And like, I don't know, the way that people approach gangster rap, I think it's more so that this new generation has misinterpreted what the true initial message of the old school was all about. And it's tragic because it brings such a bad it brings such a bad image to rap and hip hop in general. It's sad because, you know, somebody who doesn't know anything about this and they only see the surface, which is, you know, the violent side of it, and they don't really get into the whole storytelling and, you know, what we know about hip hop as opposed to others. They they see something completely different and they start to completely neglect the true meaning of hip hop, and they just say, you know, like, bro, rap is crap, it's violent and shit like that. Music doesn't cause violence, it's the lifestyle. And hip hop, the hip hop lifestyle, it does have a bit of street side into it, but there's nothing wrong with street, all right? You can be from the streets, all right? You can, like, the streets doesn't truly mean, you know, being in a gang or really being violent. I see street as some sort of like an urban lifestyle, and I see that when I think about hip hop. I don't see, you know, drugs, violence, and you know, fucking all of that shit. So, yeah, this has been a very interesting conversation about, you know, the I guess the wall between old and new school hip hop. So yeah, very interesting.
Indeed. Yeah, man. Cause like that's why I love it though. Because like I said, the newer generation does know how to make songs. You know what I'm saying? It's just the gangster ones that I understand, but I don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I feel like they know it's not even the artists. Because I feel like some of these artists like are down and out or whatever situation. They sign a record deal, and the record labels make them do that shit. See what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
sucks, man. That sucks to have to go and work for somebody and do what they tell you to do, and it can affect others. You see what I'm saying? Like in
Yep.
a negative light. So it's just sucks, man. I think the industry is really to blame. I won't say the artists. I won't say the streets even. I
Yeah.
feel like it's just the industry took certain things and threw it in everybody's face and says, "This is what you should do." Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The street, like the street life or the urban life or suburbs or whatever doesn't necessarily mean, you know, I guess this very loud this loud 50-50 between, I guess, the violent part and just the part that, I guess, embraces the lifestyle and adapts, you know. And a lot of people do struggle in the streets, all right? Like, you know, people just grow up in the projects and they got absolutely fucking nothing to provide for themselves, and it's sad, and you know,
That shit is hard. Yeah, that's
it's
why
difficult.
I categorize myself as a struggle rapper because I came from a neighborhood called Sweetwater,
Mm,
Jacksonville. It's a ghetto,
mm,
but I was never like I think it was like I say my grandmother and my mother they were strict, so they didn't allow us to live street life.
mm,
See what I'm saying? But we were from the streets, so like we knew all the people that was in the street. And you know, like my grandmother, she was like, I think that's where I think we lost the concept because she was like, you know, they say it takes a village. My
mm,
grandmother was like on this street called Matthew Street. Any kid that was doing something on that street, and she would pull them to her house and tell them, "Hey, don't do that over here." See what I'm saying? So she
mm,
was really strict on us because we were her grandkids, but like she was strict on the people in the street too.
mhm.
See what I'm saying? Don't sell that over here. If I catch you out here, I'm gonna beat your tail. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't have those grandmothers anymore. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I had some grandparent figures, man, around me, like when I was much younger. Um, but you know, me being French, me being born and, you know, still living in France, um, I've never been able to properly, you know, spend time with my grandparents. So they both, you know, passed away at like when I was quite young. I had, you know, I had good memories with them, but you know, as time goes on, I kind of just don't remember a lot of it. um, but I guess, you know, not everybody, you know, has these kind of figures in their lives, but I'm hoping that, you know, with the music that we all make, all right, like you, Larry, you know, who makes, you know, music, you know, I and me, I guess also who makes music, I guess we all find our own path. We all find our own way, and it's up to us from this point as independent artists to come up with the right kind of message, the right interpretation of like exactly how things were before, and how we can all evolve as individuals in this world and try to make the world a better place. And you never know what goes on in the mind of people, man. It's fucking crazy. So like I'm
Right. That's why I say like
yeah.
this newer generation has the power. Like we have it, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like the newer generation has the power to change.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To make it better. Like
Hmm.
because we fucked it up, man. We dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying? We literally dropped the
Yeah,
ball.
but I can't, like, I can't point many fingers to the old school gangster rap. I can't give them that much blame, honestly. Everyone that, like, of course they rapped about it, but a lot of people just rap about shit because it was, their lifestyle, and that's just how they grew up. And for the most part, that's not how they chose their lives, really.
But see, the message should have been better though, because you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Some people would misinterpret that message
Hmm.
a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like
Too
they'll
much.
basically spread the message of yeah, we come from the street, but it's not all safe there. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But all you heard was we come from the street.
That's it.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. But for the young mind, and for someone who, I guess, relates to the environment can very well influence, I guess, the mind of the individual, and then it's just tragic, man.
Yeah, very
Depends on the
tragic.
person though. Yeah, because it really does depend on the person. Because I listened to all the gangster rap growing up. I never envisioned myself doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was good to listen to, but you know, like I would like listen to all the gangster rap, but at the same time, I knew the difference between that and reality. You know what I'm saying? Because where I grew up, it was bad. Like it was bad,
Mm.
but at the same time, I knew better. I knew right from wrong, and I ain't never want to go to jail for something petty.
Hmm.
And another thing too, there's a lot of times when there's beefs in rap now, it's over something that's so petty, like a female is playing both sides. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's
Mm.
Yeah,
stuff like that. It's like if there was like that whole King Von situation. I believe was behind a female. To tell the truth, see what I'm
Hmm.
yeah,
saying? Like it was his girlfriend, but it's like when I say female, I ain't just saying females, but I mean like a female that plays both sides. Like females, like some women like to see two men fight over.
Hmm.
Know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
So,
I
like
I,
messy females, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Messy female.
Look, I have not dealt with, um, I mean, I've dealt with girls like that, but it's, never, I guess, escalated to that point because, we're all
Right.
young and shit. But there's just people, like, there's just girls out there, bro. They just want you to fucking suffer, man. They fucking get personal gain from seeing you fucking suffer.
Right.
And, like, bro, it's shit that, like, some guys don't even fucking do to other guys, bro. Because, like, there's people that want to burn you to the ground, but then there's also others, and they are way fucking worse, man.
yeah, and I think
Mhm.
it. I mean, I just feel like it's just like I think it's just understanding people in general. Like the reason why like most people fight over like women and everything, like most guys would, is because it's very hard to understand how other people are. So, they can use
Right.
that to trick people, and I think that. I just think that's just the main problem is we will never understand what other people really think and everything.
Mm.
Right. And the male ego is very like, and that's the thing, bro. It's hard because like men are not allowed to express their feelings. They're not allowed to, be sensitive, or they'll be frowned upon. See what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's like, okay, so I have to keep my tough image. Then it's like, okay, this dude is sleeping with the girl that I was in love with. and now he's taunting me with that. You know what I'm saying? And like saying all kind of shit. Like they say so much fucked up shit to each other. Like, yeah, I was fucking your bitch and shit like that. Like even Tupac, remember when he said that at
Yeah.
the beginning of the song?
Yeah,
Oh, I
Fucked your
fucked your
wife, you
bitch,
fat
fat motherfucker.
motherfucker.
I was like,
yeah. And when we
damn.
talk about like you being a player, but I fucked you, bitch.
Right. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's just like, sheesh. Like,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. Like I say, the male ego is the thing. Cause yeah, like I'm with this chick now, and like say like Ray J and shit. Ray J's like I fucked the first type shit. Like it kind of hits your ego a little. Like you know what I'm saying? Like especially when it goes public, and then it's embarrassing to millions of people. You know what I'm saying? Then the
mm,
male ego comes into play. That's one thing that I had to learn to do is control my emotions because I get mad when you say certain things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you knew about this little rap beef that happened on YouTube. A guy was saying something about mother. You know, my mother passed away in '08. So, like, I took offense to that so much
mm,
that I was ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Like it's a male ego thing, man. Like we all have it. I have it. I can't even deny it. I won't sit here to try to act like I won't get upset about certain things. Like you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But it's very much an ego thing.
Yeah.
I think
I
I think what the problem is I feel like thing is we have to be able to understand it. I feel like the reason why it gets like so out of hand is because we don't like. I think it's like it's not like to normalize. Like what I mean is like it's natural to have this way, but I believe like people try to hide it too much. Like it's natural to have feelings, but if you hide your feelings way too much, at one point it's gonna get to a level where it completely blows up. You know, you can't
mhm.
keep like like that pressure and everything. You know, it's like a volcano. Like it will eventually erupt.
Right.
What's up, Sean
That's
B?
what I
Welcome
like.
to the
I'm
stream.
bad at and internalizing shit too, man. I'm real bad at that.
Yeah.
But like I said, I had to master controlling my emotions because I don't want to blow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know that'll happen. Like, back in the days, it would happen. Now that I'm kind of older, more mature, it's easier to deal with those emotions. Because, yeah, like that situation got where it was just like, man, like, I want to fight. I don't want to do no battle rap. Like, said something about my mom's, you said something about my wife. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We're not going
Yeah.
to have that. So,
Lot of crazy shit that went on, and I don't know if you're referring to like the recent beef. I mean, like I don't know. We spoke a little bit behind the scenes about shit. I don't
yeah,
know.
man.
Is that?
Yeah, and that's you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It was just like I wanted no parts of it, so my best bet was to be quiet. And like
Yeah.
my cousin told me, man, he said like your silence sometimes louder than you saying anything.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So like that's what it ended up being. I had to be quiet, bro, because I was mad. Like that like me and my mother have always been close because
Mm.
when she had my first big brother, um uh, she had my brother and he died before my older sister was born.
Wow.
And she never had another boy, so when she had me, it was like she had this overprotective thing with me.
Hmm.
See what I'm saying? Because she lost her first son, she didn't want to have that same fate with the second one. So I don't know, she spoiled me in a way. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That like that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I say like me and her were really close, and this individual knew that, and he tried to use that to provoke me to I don't know what. Still to this day, don't know what he wanted from that. Like,
Yeah.
did he want a rap beef on the internet or what? Like you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't understand it. Like I didn't provoke the situation
Yeah.
when it happened. I left it alone because that was the best thing to do. Because if I would have went back and forth with this man, it could have turned into something way worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean it's a never ending story with these people. I mean, like I stayed. I'll be honest with you. I started not liking certain men because of certain shit. I'd say
Yeah,
maybe even 1 year ago today. You know what I mean? Like it was start of January. I didn't like these people, and
yeah, man.
and I just stayed silent for so fucking long, man. It was almost the end of the year when I said something finally, because
Yeah, see that
so
dude you
yeah,
talk about now.
hmm
I think he was more influenced by the other dude. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because
yeah, in a way,
I don't think he really knew what was going on, but he was just like the same way he treats his brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you put your hand on my brother, then I'm gonna attack you type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I gave him the pass as far as I went, but he did go a little like he crossed the line with other people. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And
hmm
certain people that I'm cool with, and it was just like, nah, like I had to tell them even, like just disregard it because if you keep going back and forth with this, it's only gonna make you look bad in a way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
that's what most people try to do. Like they throw rocks and hide their hands. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like I'll talk this shit about you and all this kind of shit, and then like hide it. See what I'm saying? So it was messed up, man. Like that whole time was just like I was like, man, just leave it alone, stay low, and I never
yeah,
like addressed it. But that's referring to how hip hop and rap beefs go. Like sometimes you know what I'm saying? It just
hmm
comes out of left field because this really came out of left field to me, man. Like I was just supporting everybody. I was
yeah,
giving everybody free verses. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I don't have to do that at all. You know what I'm saying? This is a business. I could always charge somebody something for a verse. It was like, nah, I'm helping these people out, and it's just like I'm not a pushover type person. And I think that's what it was. I ask questions. I don't let nobody just tell me something and take that for face value. I
mm.
think that's what kind of pissed everybody off, and they tried to cast me out, man. That shit was crazy.
Serious inquiry. How much for the world to hear Loopie and Larry Bellyfaté on a song?
Ah, shit, man, we could do that anytime. Like, if you got something, send it up. Like, all I'm
I
waiting on now is to get this fucking like, cause I got a new PC.
mm.
Old PC has the one I'm using right now has Windows 7. I
Oh,
got a new PC, and I'm about to get the drives that's on the Windows 7 PC slaved into the new one. Then once I
yeah.
do that, then I get back to recording. So
Hell yeah, man.
shit.
Hey, if you ever need any fucking technical help, bro, I'm just fucking, like I'm just the guy people ask about for fucking like tech advice like, and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit. I was watching. When I went to your Discord, it's like different from everybody else's because you know what I'm saying. It's more
Yeah,
organized. It's
yeah.
more like you know what you're doing. Like even your picture that's on the side has movement. Like I was
Oh,
like, what the fuck?
oh, yeah, yeah. The Beeb, yeah. I have a little not an alter ego, but just a character I goof around with. It's called Beeb. It's just
Yeah.
a little like
That shit is
thing.
tight though, cause that's what I'm saying. Like all the other pictures are just like plain pictures, and every time I
Yeah,
see yours, it just moves.
but that's the thing though. Like we use like Discord Nitro, which is like a kind of like a paid subscription like service. It's kind of
Okay,
like
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so it allows shit like that. Everybody just cheat.
no, yeah,
I
like
don't. I don't have. I don't have Nitro.
yeah,
I don't
like
have Nitro.
yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
me
say cheat, but
neither.
you
They
can.
offer me that shit every time I go in there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you can like it's cool because it gives you a very nice way to like a very much easier way to just send over files and shit. Um, I mean, it gives you, I guess, like a higher quality and shit. Like it. gives you the chance to fucking just animate absolutely everything, and you can boost your own Discord server and make it have more features and shit. But Haru says, this is a good interview. I've been here the whole time just soaking up game. Hey, thank you very much, Haru.
Man.
Man, you know,
Great to hear.
hip hop.
Rudy Hero, that's what I call him.
Hip hop just means a lot to us, man. And we all got different backgrounds. And, you know, I thought Larry, you know, knowing that, knowing that he has the know how in hip hop, and kind of has that nice old school style nowadays, is a very good fit for this episode of the podcast because of just that know-how and how we can use that despite a lot of negativity that has been going on these past couple of months, you know, recent events that, you know, we are all aware of. All right. We've all had things that we needed to say, and, you know, for the most part, we did say them or we didn't say them, and we stayed low to focus on working on giving people more of a positive and loving message. Because in a time of negativity, this fucking beef shit does not make anybody no fucking money. All right.
That was my biggest statement, because I was like, what are we doing? Like, at the end of the day, none of this stuff benefited anyone. Like, it didn't, not in any way. Like, nobody got extra views. Nobody got anything. Like, when we had to sit down, that was the only time it was like 40 to 50 people there. Afterwards, 15 at the most. So it's like, and that's my thing. Like, I don't care about these numbers, bro. Like, I feel like the numbers don't matter until they actually matter.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at 500, 560 something subscribers. YouTube is not gonna pay me for that. You know what I'm saying? No matter what I do, if I start a whole rap beef with every fucking rapper that's on YouTube, it's not gonna gain me anything, bro. Like, it could probably mess me up more than help.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And, you know,
I think the problem is that I think most people just think short term. However, they don't think long term, when long term is what matters the most. Like, who cares about short term? Long term, you know, it's better to go by the journey than by the destination.
Exactly. That's why I say, like, the numbers really don't matter until they matter. And when they matter, it really doesn't, bro. Because, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, music matters the most to me.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, that's what I always wanted to do, was make music. Of course, I want to make a living off of it. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, people matter more than, the subscribers and all that kind of stuff, because you can have 1 million subscribers and drop a video and only get 10,000 views on it.
Yeah.
So that's a very small percentage of my subscribers. So, like, the people, like, when I first got here, like, I hate to revert back to that, but when I first got to YouTube, was like the people was supporting the stuff, like, and it was like even other artists, and that is very rare, because most artists want to be the big guy on campus, and a lot of these artists was just showing love. They was showing up to the lives. They was, you know what I'm saying, going to the premieres and everything. Like, I appreciate that more than I appreciate how many numbers I got from whatever song I drop, how many views. Like, that stuff does not matter, bro. Like, you can get a check anyway. Know what I'm saying?
No,
Go and fucking work
numbers.
A 9 to 5 that's paying good and make a living off that. You know what I'm saying? But I love making music, and I think that's what matters the most. And I think a lot of people lost the concept of family and, you know what I'm saying, like, the passion for the music, and money trumps that. You know what I'm saying? So it sucks, man. Like, it really sucks, because I feel like I'm 1 in a million in that aspect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Totally understandable. To me, I I'll be honest with you. I've sort of adopted, since this beef that happened for me. I never get into beef with anybody because
Right.
people mostly know not to really fuck with me because I kind of just, let it be known, and then I'm just staying out of a lot of things. But what was I gonna say? To me, numbers don't fucking matter to me unless they show up on my bank account, and I'm able to
Exactly.
use that. And I'm able to say that because I know that I can put all of this back into the business, and I can keep on spreading my message of mental health awareness. And as long as I know that I can do this, with YouTube, whether it be this channel or the reaction channel, or even sitting down with you, Larry, and Jelani, talking about the hip hop and the lifestyle, and our like each other's backgrounds. To me, it's inspiring, bro, because like with all this fucking negativity going on, bro, you never know what goes on in the mind of another human being, man. And
Yeah.
Right. That's why I would
yeah.
never try to antagonize someone because that's you never know what they're going through mentally. Like when all this stuff was happening, I was
Mm,
going through things mentally, but like I said, I internalize things. I don't tell everybody everything. Anything I tell somebody is basically need to know. Cause you know what I'm saying. Most people will take information that you give them and use it against you.
yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So like it was just it's hard to not explode over that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it took
Yeah.
some time, bro. It took a lot of patience. It took a lot of prayer. It took my wife and everything rubbing me on the back like, man, don't stress it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be all right. And then
Uh,
I just wrote like there's a couple songs I don't know if you heard of, man. That like I didn't so much speak on the beef, but I just said that this is why all this is happening. Like I'd rather
mm,
walk away from it than continue to go back and forth with somebody. And that song "Go
yeah.
Away" is like the perfect example of that. It's like I
Yeah.
know that I'm great,
Hmm.
but I don't rub that in anybody's face. Like I never
Yeah.
would. Like people will say, "Man, Larry's one of the best rappers." I appreciate them saying that, but like until I knew it myself, it didn't matter. Like, you know
Of
what I'm
course.
saying? Now it matters. I want to, what I'm saying, have an influence that's positive in the rap game. Like, if you listen to my music, it's a lot about good stuff. It's not on no gangster shit. Now, it does say I have guns and stuff like that, but that's just for protection. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's just letting people know that, like, it's not a sweet lick.
Hmm.
Like, if you try to come over here with mess, if you come across my threshold, I have the right to pull the trigger and put bullets in people.
Hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? I don't
It's not a
believe in
flex.
just, preaching that, like walking
Yeah.
around and always shooting people and doing negative shit. Like I feel like that kind of stuff, I don't know, like you know what I'm saying? I don't want a following like that. Like I want to be able to perform at arenas.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like so that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to be allowed in venues, unlike fucking John Hinckley.
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
See, and
Man.
that's a good mindset to have, is to never want to beef with anyone. Like for me, like I don't want to beef with anyone. If someone tries to start anything, the best thing that I would do is just walk away, because I feel like there's no need to escalate anything. If someone's trying to do anything to me or anything, I just ignore it, because that's how it is in life. You have to realize, is it worth your time? Is it worth the time and energy to to partake in the beef that people have? Is it worth your time and energy to go with it, or is it better just to avoid it in general?
Exactly, and it's always better
Yeah.
to do the latter, man. Because you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, man, what you put your energy to, you're gonna get back. Like that's you know what I'm saying. So like if I'm
Mm.
Yeah.
going to go back and forth with somebody, then that's what people are gonna see. Like I'm not a positive person if I'm doing negative things. So you know what I'm saying? I don't want that for my brand at the end of the day because like you said, this is about longevity. This is about a generational wealth even. See what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like making the
Yes.
money to take care of my kids so they can take care of their kids and not
Yeah.
have to go through the struggles that I went to. If I have something that can prevent that, like if I have something like shit, if I was a fucking engineer or something, I could make money from that, then I would use that profession. But like this is my thing. Music has always been my thing. I always wanted to make music for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying? So
All right. Let me ask you something. This is more. I mean, I'm just asking around. It's stuff that I should sort of be asking people, outside, I guess, of social media because everyone's answer is different. But to sort of make it, I guess, like just to put it simply, um, how do you feel about younger artists committing to, in a way, make music full time and quit looking, I guess, for ways to have this plan B being like looking for something to fall back on instead of looking for things to propel you? How have you been able, in a way, for the time that you've made music, how have you been able to just do it as your full-time thing?
well, it sucks because you really want to put everything into it,
Hmm.
but there's so many hats that you have to wear in so many cases. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
Yes.
but I will say, like I say, this newer generation, they're so smart. They're way smarter than we are. You get what I'm saying? Where they
Yeah.
have the internet. A person can like that dude, Nom Nom Sammy. Know who that is?
Who?
Uh,
Nom Nom Sammy. He's a like a mukbanger.
uh,
Yeah,
And he used to
probably.
get Popeye's chicken and just sit there and chew it. It just is disgusting, but people like to watch it. So and then he got a bag from that. The Salt Bay dude. See what I'm saying? All he
yeah.
did was just put his hand up like that, and then you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he got
Though, like,
famous off of that.
yeah, another mukbanger that I think most people are more or most familiar with is Nikocado Avocado,
Yup.
and
Yeah.
yeah, though it kind of I kind of question about that though is because because of his weight gain, like he's over 300 pounds. Like I don't know if that's really something that they should be doing though. Like I know he gets
Right.
money and everything.
I
However,
don't like mukbang, man, because that's what I'm saying. They'll be eating some fucked up shit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching them and it's like, that's fucking disgusting. Like, mukbang never been my thing, but there's so many different things like gaming. Uh, Playback, you know who they are?
wait, repeat,
Playback
playback.
is Low and Agent 007.
Um,
They were gamers. They got famous off gaming.
Hmm.
And NBA 2K got so big on YouTube, the channels, like, they have a mansion. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
yeah,
They're
NBA,
young.
yeah, yeah,
And they're young. You see what I'm saying? They have a mansion just off of streaming. But that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like you have so much more information now where if you find out what you want to do, all you have to do is just put pure determination into it and it's gonna happen for you.
Hmm.
yeah. Which is kind of something like I feel like not too many people realize how like they could monetize the hobbies that they do. Like people play games, and there is a lot of money that can be made from playing games on the internet. Just anything,
Exactly.
because people are gonna be interested in anything. You just gotta be a producer for the consumers.
Right. And
Yeah.
see, we didn't have that. Like when like our generation of playing video games was like Super Nintendo, no
Yeah.
Nintendo 64. None of that stuff was online like that really, and it was not as advanced as now. So you know what I'm saying? Like we were kind of backed off from that, and then like that's what I'm saying. This generation is so tight, man. Like I love it that a 15-year-old could make a bunch of money to take care of his family. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that.
Yeah,
I love that
definitely.
concept, man.
Hey, I
Like,
just wanted to quickly show this real quick, man. Larry, did this mean anything
That's
to
a
you, my man?
throwback.
Hey,
yeah, Nintendo.
fucking,
Yeah, that was my baby boy.
yeah,
What games would you play on that, Larry?
Super, I was about to say Super, the Metroid,
oh,
Super
yeah.
Mario Brothers. What else? Zelda,
Trying to get the car out. How the fuck did you do it all those
Ninja
years ago?
Gaiden.
Oh, fuck yeah.
What else is it, man? It's a lot of them junks, man. Cause like the very first Nintendo, man, that was a classic.
Yeah.
Hey,
That was a classic. Super Nintendo was my shit though. Oh, Duck Hunt was crazy.
hey, I can't play Duck Hunt because you need a fucking CRT TV
Yeah,
to play
that
that shit.
gun.
Yeah, I have the gun, but you need a
Okay.
CRT TV. Like you can't play on like the new age like TVs, like the
Oh, that's fucked
LCDs.
up.
Yeah, because
That's shitty.
the fucking technology that was not motion, like that was not motion controls like the Wii and shit like that. That was like scan lines, bro.
Right.
That was like full on
Yeah, see, that's why I
lasers.
want one of those systems that got everything on it.
Yeah, but
One of
man,
those emulators.
Yeah, emulators, yes.
yeah,
I want to buy one of those, man. But like some of them just have games nobody ever played in their lives.
Well, the best thing about an emulator is you can get it for free. As long as you
yeah.
have a PC, you can play any game.
What's up, Mama
Okay.
Spider, bro? It's been a
And see, that's
while,
kind
Mama
of dope.
Spider.
Yeah.
Spidey in here. What's up, Spidey?
Like when I was younger, like I don't play games too often anymore, but when I was younger, I used to play some emulator games. Like I used to play Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, just basically mostly Mario
Yeah,
games.
man.
'Cause, I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, it was fun. I like the puzzles and everything, man. It's like different. Like Super Mario World, I think was the one that just changed the game for me because
Yeah,
they had all the different secrets and all that kind of stuff. I was like, this was well put together. Nintendo had my heart for a long time, man, until I think the Wii. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Because they lost a lot of, or not lost, but they didn't have a lot of licenses from people. Like Mortal Kombat was hitting and everything, and like they never picked up those licenses.
yeah. Final Fantasy kind of went to different companies as well, and I remember like all the games that came out, like
That's my
from
favorite game of all time, man.
yeah. I never really got into it. I played it like I played the Final Fantasy 2, I believe, on an emulator. Well, it was not an emulator, but it was one of those things. An NES Classic, which is like something like twice as small as this, literally the same
Yeah.
console but more
Yeah, I
modernized.
seen that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
emulators,
man.
yeah, emulators you can get for free, man. Like you got a PC, like a new one, you can play it
Yeah.
in its like native frame rate. You
Yeah.
like, yeah, bro.
And the best thing about it is you can even play like custom versions of games. Like you could play like ROM hacks.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah.
Mama Spider, it is just me, my co-host Jelani Muna, and Larry. We are interviewing Larry. We've been talking about hip hop. We've been talking about his background in music, and just yeah, no, it's been a very good episode. Thanks for tuning in, Spider. Or Mama Spider. It's been a freaking while since I've seen you in a stream.
Yeah, she had ducked out for a while, man. Like, and I saw her thinking in Saks. But yeah, that's like how I did too. Like, after all that stuff had settled down, I stayed off the internet for a little while.
Mm. Yeah, I remember Mama Spider from like 2019. Uh, I like how I'm saying that like it was like 30 years ago, but not. Uh, no, but yeah, like we had this group like that we joined. It was called like the Vibe Discord, and like we're all just chilling in there, and it was that's how I got to know a lot of people in this community. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 2019 though. That like now it's 4 years ago though. Like I
fuck,
still,
Ooh,
man,
yeah,
it's
we're
a good
getting old.
minute. Yeah,
We're
man.
getting
Time is
older.
flying.
bro, I'm gonna be
Time don't wait on
18, man.
nobody.
I'm gonna be fucking 18 soon, man.
Well, you
Fuck.
think about that. I'm gonna be 19 this year.
Oh, well, damn, bro. Like, bro, we're being
Oh
fucking
man, enjoy
adults,
that
man.
youth.
Hey, Larry, I got 1 week to enjoy that youth, and then my sister's taking me fucking clubbing in a different country, bro.
Yeah, it's going down.
We
You
known each
get
other,
turned out.
known, known each other 5 years, Loop. I don't know. I didn't know anybody
Yeah.
in 2018. I didn't know anybody, man. I was like I was there in the community, but nobody fucked with me. I was a nuisance for the most part. But yeah, 2019 around there. That's like
Yeah, I
I
met you through Melly. Melly love you, man.
yeah, Mel is definitely like a positive influence. Like just the auntie, like the auntie I wish I had. You know what I mean? Like for me and for my girl, like
Right.
she was definitely there for me last year, and like
Man, she
she,
got the
she
biggest heart ever, bro. Like
she's the first
things
person I
she do for
called.
everybody is crazy, dog.
Yeah,
Like you know what I'm saying?
yeah. She was the first person I called when I met my girl Livy. Like, um, like when I met her for the first time, she came like like Livy like came to France like in July last year, and Mel like we came home and Mel was the first person we called, and like she really appreciated that. Like Mel, like shout out to her. Like she's really
Yeah.
Body,
And
you not old, you ripe.
amazing. What?
She said she's gonna be old. I said she's not old, she's right.
yeah. Like, well, what age do you believe is like old? Like, what age do you think is old?
I don't know, man, because it's all a state of mind, really, because I'm 44 and I'm still rapping.
Yeah. I mean, my father is gonna turn 50 this October.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah. But
yeah,
he still
I
feels
say like 85 to like 90. Yeah, you old, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? You just like because I feel like me when I was younger, I went through a lot of stuff growing up and kind of know what learned helplessness is, right?
Mm.
Like, it's like so many people tell you you ain't gonna be shit till you start believing you're not gonna be shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, see. I think that's the
So
thing though. Yeah.
yeah, like it took a minute, man, like for me to actually find confidence in myself. So I'm a late bloomer in that. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I think now, like now I have the confidence to actually lead people to have confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I try not to insult people. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing, like you know what I'm saying. Like that's why it was so weird how that internet abuse stuff started because I never been one to insult somebody. Like I always tell them where they're wrong because that's what a friend's supposed to do. Like you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you're wrong, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong. Like you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Yeah.
And
I
there's
And
nothing like even if you're my friend, like I feel like I should tell you that you're wrong. And
duh.
like but that's what it was. Like I just like okay, if I did something wrong, then tell me what I did wrong. And
yeah.
then because sometimes we're gonna do things to people we don't even know we're doing. So like if you let me
Yeah.
know I did it, then I can deal with it. But that's it's I hated the internet, bro, because it's very different from how it was growing up in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
Mm.
people are able to be anonymous and they're able to say anything that they want to say without any consequences because you don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. that's like created characters on the internet.
Yeah.
Mm.
Every person on social media is a character of themselves. Even for me, like on social media, I'm kind of a bit of a character myself. However, I try to make that character as genuine as possible.
Yeah,
No
it's
doubt,
all.
that's what I'm saying. Like because I learned growing up, man. Like because I did the like, okay, I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. We have a certain slang and the way we talk, and in the what 90s to like 2000s, I was rapping like a East Coast rapper, like a New Yorker.
Hmm.
I wanted to be from New York so bad. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, New
that
York.
was what hip hop was. So then it's like more I started to learn myself who I am, the more it started to come out natural music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
and
fuck? Oh,
And
yeah.
this is why I believe, you can't force yourself when you do things. And I believe that too many people in this world kind of force their emotions. They force their passion. They force everything. And you can you can tell when people are forcing it compared to when they're being genuine about it. It's just there's these
Mhm.
cues you can kind of see between forcedness, between something being forced and something being genuine.
Yeah, man, that's real facts. That's why I always have to control myself sometimes because I'll ramble on. You know what I'm saying? But it's just me. That's my personality. My wife can tell you better than anybody. She'll be like, "Shut up." Sometimes I
Yeah.
can see it in her face.
Yeah.
She won't say it, but just the look on her face would be like, "Shut up, man."
Yeah.
That's you know what I'm saying. Just be natural. That's what the more I learned myself, the easier it was to be natural.
Brutal
That's you know
honesty
what I'm
is
saying.
key. You know,
Yeah, man.
I
Honesty is the best policy, man. When people say that, that's the
mhm.
truth.
Yeah,
I mentioned
definitely.
this a little bit before last week on the podcast, but bro, I could not fucking stand to have yes energy around me. All right, like um,
Amen.
it's one thing to be like, yo, what you're doing is cool. All right, keep it going, but I, it gets to I guess this point where you need to sort of have people around you that kind of know their shit and need to sort of in a way pick you apart, all right, and
Hmm.
tell you exactly, all right, well, this is shit, but I'm gonna tell you why. And a lot of people can't stand that. They can't stand that kind of criticism. And I'm like, bro, this is the type of shit that will literally make your career if you listen to these people that are actually trying to fucking say something to you. They might be saying it in their own way, just like brutal and pure 100% honesty, and you might not like it, but that's just the way it is. It's just how it fucking goes. And that's the type of people that you need to listen to if you want to elevate, or if you want people to even fuck with you. Like, you gotta be
Right.
considerate these days, and a lot of people aren't, and it's just waste of potential once again because they can't fucking learn because they choose to stay in a bubble. And I
Right. See,
yeah.
that's why I say my life is a gift and a curse because, like, people, like I said, when I was growing up, people said you weren't gonna be shit.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
but
it's just like
but they
I
couldn't back it
believed
up.
that for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I believed
Yeah.
it.
But
Yeah.
could they back it up? Could they tell you, like, because um there's a difference between just plain old saying like you ain't gonna be shit, and then just saying you ain't gonna be shit if you keep doing these things. And let
Yeah,
me tell
exactly.
you what's wrong.
Yeah.
All right,
Right. And
like,
now that's why I'm
yeah.
able to take constructive criticism. Like a lot of like I
Hmm.
have a personal homie that like every day he'll tell me because he's going to school now for business management at Full Sail. So like yeah, that's a higher education. Like he already has his bachelor's in musical engineering. So he's been mixing my music and now he's going for business management. and he's learning marketing and things like that. And he was telling me, man, and it's just like he always is honest. That's the one person that I
Mm,
rely on because he's not a yes man at all. Like that man is gonna tell it like it is. He's from Brooklyn,
mm,
so you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Like I really appreciate it because it makes me better. Like I don't feel like I'm as good as people say I am. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So like belief is the strongest thing. I believe that belief is the strongest power you can have because the only reason why the world is the way that it is because people have a belief on how the world should be.
hmm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
That's why it's like, man, yeah. I feel like took me a long time, but now I see. And it went a lot with my faith too, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to really have some faith in something, and it ended up working in my favor. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll see as we progress through this year and the years to come, man, it's going to get crazy, man. Like, I've been making some greater music and you know what I'm saying, meeting some better people. And like I said, the people that are close to me are becoming titans now. So we always been doing this music a long time, but now
Mm,
it's really, on the business side of it. Like we can own our own businesses and not have to rely on these labels that's only going to pay us like
mm-hmm.
half, not even that. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a super lawyer and a super manager to negotiate more than half of your royalties of something that you created yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
It's hard. This industry is hard, so that's why it's like great to have people like even like yourself to have a podcast to
mm,
basically give me your platform to express myself. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate
yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like with the Loophole Podcast, the reason why we've been, going on for this long is, we're not gossip. We are absolutely not a gossip show. Of course,
Facts.
I express myself in certain ways about certain events that go on, and I do this because, I've turned my podcast into such a therapeutic platform that I was able to just be like, all right, well, hey, anybody that wants to hop on, say whatever you want to say, you know, that's on your mind. Like, just let me know what's on your mind, and maybe we can help out and shit like that. And
Yeah.
um, I appreciate, and I'm blessed, despite the fact that our viewership is fucked on the Loophole Podcast, and that's on me. You know what I mean? Now we're live on 3 platforms at once. Okay, the and viewership is still an issue, but I know why. I still know why, and I know how I can fix this, and I will fix this. And it doesn't matter to me at the moment. What matters to me now is to at least have a safe space weekly where I can just, talk to people, learn about people. All right. Because, Larry, I've known you for, like, we haven't directly
About
spoke
a
all
year.
that much. Yeah. But I known you about a year. And,
Uh,
I'm always interested in everything that you got going on because, I mean, I respect your message. I respect, your way of life when it comes to making music. It's definitely, inspiring. I mean, I heard you on my tournament, or not on my tournament, Mel's tournament. I don't have a tournament.
yeah.
I heard you on Mel's tournament, rapping over my beat. I was like, all right, well, shit, all right, I see what he's about.
Yeah,
uh,
man.
and you won it, man, and yeah, you
Yeah, man.
fucking
It's just that
deserved
love
it.
for music, and that's not like it's like I be listening to everybody. It's crazy. Like I don't listen to like popular music.
Mm,
Really listen to like us. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
the wave of artists that I met in the last year is what I listen to now.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's crazy because like before that, now even before that, I didn't listen to music because one thing I'm bad at doing is if I listen to something too much, I start to emulate it myself,
Uh-huh.
and I don't want to do that. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Me too.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to sound like someone else, so I kind of like stayed away from listening to music. Even the old school, I cut it all off
Mm.
and then created my own style. So now it's like I can listen to everything, but I try not to overplay it. Like I listen to it maybe twice. I don't do it more than
Yeah.
that because if I do that, then it's anything repetition that you start to, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
take it in.
I
So it's
feel
like,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Bro, let me just put something on record. All right. This is going to be something fucking probably like the only way or the only people that can understand what I'm about to say is people who make music, man. Let me just get into my fucking Spotify Wrapped for you, bro. I spent 41,000 out of the 47,000 total minutes I've spent listening to music, listening to my own music. And the reason I didn't post my fucking Spotify Wrapped is because I was my number one artist once again for the second year in a row. And I was like, all right, well, shit, I kind of don't want to just like get into that. But at this point, now that I'm putting it on record, man, like it doesn't fucking matter. All right. Like, I didn't listen to that much fucking music from other people because everyone just sounds the fucking same. You know what I mean? The only time I ever get
It's
to
a
hear
fact.
only time I ever get to hear something different is when I listen to five select artists, man. And that's it. Like, and those, select artists that I listen to are fucking rare cases, man. These are people who are built in a fucking different breed that
Yeah.
I know I can connect with. Um,
Right.
but again, I spent 41,000 minutes listening to my own music. That's a long fucking time. That's like a whole fucking
I
month.
got a bad habit of not. That's like because if I do all these songs and stuff and they need me to perform it, I'm fucked. I'll have to spend like 3 days just listening to that song on loop to actually
Yeah.
memorize it.
But when I think like music and everything, and actually just content creation in general, I think it's just there's a saying where it's like trends versus originality. Like, would you rather do something that's trending, or would you rather do something and be original about it?
Hmm.
Mm. But the problem is in
Kind
this
of,
like
I'll
day and
do
age.
both. I kind of blend
Yeah,
them.
I
You know
was
what
a
I'm saying? Mix the old with the new.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I've been doing these like I forgot who it was that first did it. I imagine it was Samaj Savage. He did the Kanye West like tribute.
Mm.
Then I think Token started doing the high Eminem and stuff like that. So I started doing that trend. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's my personality completely. I don't use their style, just rap on their beats. You get what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
they actually turning out really good, man. I'm on a Missy Elliott now.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? Like I'm doing her beats now, like it, and that's just like something to put on YouTube because the songs that I'm making for an album is coming out. No, I don't want. I'm putting those on every platform. The songs I put on
Yeah.
YouTube are basically something like I downloaded a beat and wrote something to it real quick and recorded it, just put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So everything on YouTube is not going on the album at all.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's how everybody starts, man. But how do you like? Okay, do you envision yourself? I know you kind of mess around with beats, don't you?
Yeah, I produce it.
Yeah. Do you ever just think about making a full-on freaking like self-produced album project or something like that, where you just like rely on absolutely nobody but yourself?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with the first full 20. We're gonna do it annually, but the first one, like
Mm.
I'm doing all solo. Like I'm making all the beats, like writing, recording. My brother's gonna mix and master. So like
Okay.
the whole project is gonna be all me. It'll be the first one that I produce by myself.
Yeah. I look. I relate to the feeling, and just know I don't know. You might know how it feels already, bro. But the sense of like of accomplishment, man, bro. It's
Yeah, man.
beyond crazy, bro.
Then it's
Like,
like that, and then like whatever comes back comes 100% back.
mhm.
Plus, like if the people that you feature don't know about publishing, then it's kind of a slippery slope from there. Like you know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
basically get people that have publishing that copyright their verses and all that kind of stuff. Now, in the same sense, I have my publishing, so I could always just cut them a check. But I'd rather them have their shit already polished so that when that song comes out,
yeah,
it get their percentages without, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like they have their publishing, so they're gonna get their percentage.
Do you
That's
use
how I want people to actually anybody that does a song with me to actually own their publishing so
yeah,
that we can get paid fairly. You know what I mean?
yeah. Do you use by any chance DistroKid?
So I got DistroKid, United Masters, want to get
Good to know.
TuneCore,
Good to know.
and somebody else was telling me another one. Like I want to get all of them because different artists use different ones.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
like it'll just be easier to do it that way. Cause I tried. Oh man, I got a BMI and an ASCAP, but I can only use one.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So the ASCAP has to wait. Like I have an ASCAP
Yeah,
with my mother's name. Then I have the
yeah,
BMI, like that number. That's what I use right now. DistroKid and all those other distributors.
yeah. The ASCAP is really fucking good for musicians, man. To keep
Right?
a
Yeah.
track record of
Hmm.
absolutely everything you have done musically and everyone's producer credits. I don't know if I'm on ASCAP at all. I have no idea. I haven't looked myself up
Yeah.
before, but it's all registered on there. And bro, I mean, it's also a very good way to figure out if people actually write their own music or not, because some people just fucking cap about that shit. But producer credits
Right.
absolutely don't lie. Anyone,
Exactly.
anyone who had any bit of like, um, I guess in a way, like anyone who contributed to the music in any way, shape, or form, it could literally just be like, yeah, change that note a little bit. They have a percentage in this
Hmm.
industry. Anyone who has any like suggestion or whatever, they got percentages. And if the main artist isn't listed in that writer's credits, I mean, it's a problem, especially if you're capping about like, writing your own music and doing everything yourself. Like, it's great to keep track record of that. So I fuck with it, man. We've been going. Oh
Yeah.
fuck, we've
ASCAP
been.
was made by musicians for musicians. So BMI is just a corporation that does that does the music, but I feel like ASCAP is more reliable for musicians straight up.
Yeah, hey, we've been going live for 2 hours and 22 minutes, and fuck, I didn't plan to go live for that long, but um, I'm
Yeah, we
gonna.
can wrap it up because I ain't slept
Yeah.
yet, man. I've been up like all night.
Oh, damn, bro. Hey, man. Uh, Last question I want to ask. I try to ask this to every guest. How would you rate your experience on the Loophole Podcast, and would you recommend this to other listeners and other potential guests, man?
Oh yeah, man, I had a great time now, but I always fuck with you, Loopy. You already know.
Yeah,
Mel was like our connection anyway. So like
yeah,
anytime I talked to her, she would always speak so highly of you. And any friend of Mel's is a friend of mine. You already know.
yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend people to do it, man. Like, cause the topics that you have. And another thing, like I stop right there and say that you both are very mature men. Know what
Mm,
I'm saying for your ages, because I'm telling you, like my 18 and 19 years old was wild. You know what I mean? It
yeah,
was wild, but you know what I'm saying. Like you guys are very smart. You have old
yeah.
souls.
We're just
So
trying to
yeah,
get
I
our
would
lives
definitely
figured out,
recommend.
bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what some people have told me in the past though. Like they've told me that I'm older than I actually am.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. It shows. So you know what I'm saying? Like, as
but
one thing that I'm really good at is reading people, and I can tell you guys are very smart. You're very advanced. So just keep doing
yeah,
this. And the other thing when you were talking about it, like anything you document, people can go back to.
hmm,
So
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So if you don't get 5 views right now, when
yeah,
you blow up, they'll come back. Or when
yeah.
yeah,
I blow up, they'll come back. You see what
Of
I'm saying?
course.
So
Yeah,
like that's why I say the
yeah,
numbers don't matter, man. It's gonna come. Just keep working hard, bro.
yeah.
yeah,
At the moment, like viewership, like just working on a podcast is fucking hard, right? And the only
Yeah.
like I know exactly what I need to propel this and actually, compete with, bigger podcasts, but I don't have it just yet. I don't have resources just yet. I mean, with anything I'm doing right now, I don't got the resources. But everything I've been doing and everything we've been doing, like we just been setting the foundation, and once we get the resources, we'll fucking make this shit work like no other. And your testimonial, or testimonial, is that the right word, man? I'm fucking French, man. Fuck. Yeah, testimonial, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, your testimonial to the Loophole Podcast is very appreciated because I try to ask every guest to make sure that, if they didn't have a good experience, then I have to really work hard on making sure that, the next guest isn't as disappointed because, we do shit unscripted. We don't fucking prepare. I mean, Larry, you saw for 10 minutes, we weren't fucking prepared. All right. We started this shit. We
Right.
fucking wung it.
yeah,
The TikTok people, they didn't even know if we were going to fucking go live. All right.
Yeah.
Just like the people
but
on Twitch, they didn't fucking know. I haven't even checked my Twitch chat in a while, man. I was just looking at
Look, man, they made some of the
yeah,
biggest things in the world off of improvisation, like straight
yeah,
like that. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? So, like,
yeah,
cause
man.
that's how I am. I'm like, I can't follow a script because it's
Mm.
always just go with the flow.
Yeah, go with the
Think that's
flow.
just the Aries in me, though.
Yeah,
yeah,
I fuck with it.
man.
Hey, um, Larry, I'm definitely gonna send you a beat or two. All right. I mean, you've already rapped over one of my beats before, so it's not like you're a stranger to the work of art. But I'll send you some stuff, like demos and shit of like stuff I already got going on, and yeah, let's make music this year. I think it would be a dope thing. But
Yeah, that's definitely the move, man. Cause that's what I
yeah,
was telling everybody in True Mob. Like, let's just do this shit.
yeah,
Make music. Let's have fun making music. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be
yeah.
hard work, but we can still have fun doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's love and positivity and peace, and that's about it. Jelani, were you about to say something before we wrap this, or?
Oh yeah, I was. I was gonna say, the best thing about the Loophole Podcast is being able to make every person on the Loophole Podcast as comfortable as possible.
Hmm.
That's the
Yeah,
greatest
y'all
thing.
did that with ease, man. Like I was comfortable before we even started it. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I could already tell good people, man. Like, and that's why I know y'all good people, man. So like I appreciate y'all having me straight up.
for real, man.
Yeah,
And we just want to be the source, also for people to get to know other people. You know what I mean? Like, we had this conversation now, but I want that to be the source of like, okay, well, I don't know who Larry Bellyfaté is, but
Yeah, man.
I have a way for me to know this. And interviewers, they don't touch on that, man, because basic conversation about everyday things that not many people really talk about, like
Right.
acting like, there was no camera in the first place and we're just talking, that gets more out of somebody rather than just interrogating them about their entire lives, you know what I mean? And
Right. And
not
gossip.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, Yeah, not many people fucking approach this in the way that we do, or anybody. I don't know. I've never heard anybody. I've been interviewed before. Nobody fucking does it like nobody do it like us. You know what I mean? We fucking
Right.
do
Yes.
it in a way where
Yeah, man,
we're
it's dope, man. Keep doing it. That's what I'm telling you. If I say keep
yeah,
doing it, that mean I feel like you got something. So you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Y'all
Appreciate it.
have something. Both of y'all, stick to each other
Yeah.
and make this shit pop. I've watched things come up. Like I was watching now. When I came to YouTube, that's a different story. But when I was watching YouTube, I watched a lot of stuff like Crip, No
Mm,
Life Shack, all of
yeah.
them. They were all together, like not together per se, but they all were promoting each other.
Mhm.
And they basically syndicated YouTube if you look at it. And you know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
crazy watching it, but and then I don't know what happened, but everybody started splitting up. See what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Oh,
So
definitely.
that's
But
what I'm saying. Y'all stick
everyone,
together, keep doing
yeah.
this, and I feel like y'all going somewhere with it, man. Just you know what I'm saying? And I like I said, I definitely recommend it to everybody.
Well, I appreciate this. This is definitely going to be going towards like just making sure everybody has a voice on this YouTube community like rap fucking platform shit because YouTube rap in 2018, like 2018 was when like YouTube rap fucking propelled in a way, and like everyone just started their own thing, and there was a whole universe for just YouTube rap where everybody who came from different backgrounds literally just got together. Nowadays, it's everybody just doing their own thing because, fucking fake ass YouTube rap beefs. I'll be honest with you, a lot of the fucking YouTube rap beefs that were going on were either fake or because people made it cool for other people to diss other people and shit. I don't know. It's fucking
Right.
weird. But hey, I'm gonna quickly end this so that we don't do one of those long outros. But thank you guys so much for watching the Loophole Podcast and listening to it. Be sure to tune in every single Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. For another episode of the Loophole Podcast. I cannot guarantee an episode next week because it's going to be my birthday, and I think,
I hear you.
yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go clubbing, early. I don't know when the fuck my sister plans on taking me clubbing. I don't know when fucking clubs even open. All right, I'm new to this shit, so there's a chance we might not be able to do a podcast episode, but on the 21st, I'm planning on getting a guest, and yeah, it's dope. Hopefully, E Crystal, our other co-host, comes back. We're also working on getting that happening, and I don't know, we're working on shit. But I want to say thank you all so much for watching. Bless up and stay hype.
Reach the top.
Y'all have yourselves a wonderful rest of your evening. Fuck Lady Gaga and penis.